Alright, so as you go through the hole and we descend the staircases beyond it,
Yes.
they go down in a spiral a little bit. Well, actually, technically more of a square sort of spiral, not the roundy kind. And it leads down into a chamber with stone caskets which fill the first room. Okay. This looks like an ancient catacombs, which is far older than the rest of the monastery.
On the pretense that he would know the way better than us, ask Dorn to lead the way.
He comments on something about us both having the light sources, but he does step forward. The stench of death lingers here, and we're fairly certain, based on all the signs we've seen, that this is where the undead came from.
Are these crypts like broken open?
These ones are closed.
Yes. But I suspect that there, somewhere nearby there are going to be some open ones.
Yeah. You do hear the sounds of movement echoing through these halls. We are not alone.
Okay.
Right.
I am going to have a quick listen, because I want to know if these are the shambling footsteps, or possibly some of them a bit more dexterous, like the abbess would be. 19.
These sound very familiar to ones you've heard very above recently. I think these are more undead.
Alright, I'm going to have my owl pop out of existence for the moment, because I think we're going to be in a battle soon.
Yeah. Obviously, my cat has not been summoned in the middle of this.
Alright.
Ignore the illusion you saw earlier of her being present.
Well, she's right here right now. Alright.
Alright. So, we are standing at the foot of the staircase. Dorn is in front of us. Our staff is held in front of us, lighting up this fairly long, not very wide room.
Alright.
We do see that there's likely there's a corridor at the end. Continuing on.
I'm going to keep an eye on these sarcophagi or crypts, whatever.
Okay.
As we progress forward, I want to keep an eye on and make sure there's no indications of movement.
Yeah.
Or their prior occupants are vacated.
Alright. Well, like I said, we can tell they are closed from the light we have.
Right.
How are we proceeding?
Cautiously.
Are we going to be proceeding stealthily this time?
Well, I'm going to try.
Alright.
Hopefully you can redeem yourself with the last one.
I have a higher dexterity than Dorn does.
I jinxed myself.
I have a total of 20.
We reversed our rolls.
And Dorn has an 11.
I rolled a 1.
Alright, one thing we did not really cover the last time is on a group check, technically a natural one counts as 2 fails.
That's fine.
So it does. So this is the one that balances out.
Alright.
Which unfortunately means that you trip and fall, basically, I think. You do not hurt yourself, fortunately.
Trip, fall, sneeze.
Yeah, but you do drop your staff, which to catch yourself, and it does clatter to the ground with some noise.
Yeah. Well, at least the light cantrip's not concentration.
No, and it stays. It does stay active.
Yep. Well.
Unfortunately, that noise echoes through these halls, and then we do hear movement coming in our direction.
All right.
And it's not far off.
We got a fairly large room, right?
It's long, yes. So the room we are in is about 80 feet long.
Yep.
And about 30 feet wide.
How far down that corridor can I see?
You can just see to the edge of the corridor from where we are now with the lights. Basically, we had to come in a bit ways because the light cantrip only reaches 40 feet, and it's dim light half of it. So we can just see to the edge of that, basically, almost at this point, where we are.
I'm going to pull the cap off the end of my staff.
Yep.
And I'm going to chuck it towards the hallway.
Alright, make a dexterity, makes a dexterity check to throw that.
18.
Okay. It flies the full distance, lands, rolls a few more steps, and you now light up that, and you see just rounding the corner one zombie turning in our direction. It sees the movement, and then looks up and starts lumbering towards us in the direction I heard the sound. Oh. And you hear movement beyond it. It is not alone.
Time for some initiative, I assume.
Yes.
Oh, that's just sad.
What do you have this time?
One less than I had last time. 5.
5. Alright. Oh, I have you beat. I have a 3.
Oh, that's just sad. Alright, buddy, what are you getting?
Dorn has a 9.
Hey.
So none of us have reached double digits so far. And the zombies rolled better than all of us.
God.
With a 12.
12.
Even with their -2 dexterity, that's still a 14 on the roll.
I know, this is pathetic. Alright.
Alright. So, they come toward... So they're on the top initiative. Which means they all start lumbering towards us with relative speed, which means we do get to see all 3 of them come into the room.
Alright. And...
Alright, so the room is... So, they're just in the room, fortunately, even with their... even dashing, but there's all 3 of them there.
So they're still 80 feet away from us then?
No, we had to come in a little bit for you to light up the room.
Alright, so they are now... 60 feet away?
Let's see. From you, who fell entering the room, they are about 50 feet from you.
Yeah.
And they're about 40 feet from me and Dorn, who are in front of you.
And how much room is behind us?
There is probably about somewhere between 15 and 20 feet behind us, and then there's the staircase going back up.
Alright. Okay. They have a bit of room.
Okay, so they all moved, and now it's Dorn's turn.
Yep.
3 of them is a bit more than we've had to fight so far.
Yes.
Alright, he says, he puts his hand to his holy symbol and says, Guanyin, I need your assistance here. And he says aid us against these fight. What?
What did he say?
He
was God.
Guanyin, I need your assistance here.
Guanyin, I got it. Okay.
Aid us in our fight against these things, and he is going to cast Bless on the 3 of us. So, all 3 of us are blessed. So, a D4 to attacks and saves.
Alright.
Alright, and then he raises his mace to ready to fight. But he's used his action, and that's his turn. So he's holding his ground there.
Okay. So I'm behind you 2, right?
Yes, and you were up next. You were also on the ground, by the way.
What? I thought I threw my,
Yeah, you fell. You never said you got back up. Sorry. Not doesn't happen in game unless you say it.
So I threw that from laying on the ground. Alright, whatever. I stand up.
Yep.
Which eats up
Being
half
prone does not give you disadvantage on dexterity checks.
Yeah, so that eats up half my movement.
Half your movement, yes.
Alright, so I'll back up 15 feet,
Alright.
which actually takes me to the stairs anyway.
Which basically puts you at the mouth of the room we entered, yes. The stairs are behind you still.
I'm going to launch a firebolt at the lead zombie.
Alright.
So, 28 to hit.
28 to hit?
Yeah, I got a D4 on my attack rolls, right?
Oh, that's right, you still got the bless. 28 to hit. Alright, well, that definitely hits.
Yep, that's considerably more than I need.
Yeah.
I don't get a D4 on the damage, I assume.
No, sorry, no. Oh, just attack rolls.
But that is 8 points of damage on the first zombie.
Alright. Yep, hits him. Slams at him. Bathes him in flame for a few brief moments, so now there's a bit more light in here. unfortunately, the smell gets worse, probably.
Yeah. Burnt zombie.
Alright.
And that is my move. That's my whole thing.
Alright, I say. Okay, I'm going to try something a little different this time. There's a few more of these, I say.
Alright, what are you going to do?
Alright, grab my staff and I'm going to, step forward.
That's bold.
It is, yep. Unfortunately, I have to get closer to these things.
Are you going to do cross fingers?
That is the plan. Yes, alright. I said I was, yeah. No. Okay, I probably got the distance wrong. I think we were closer to 30 feet from them. Not 40. But anyway. I'm just looking at the map.
Alright.
So I'm going to step up 15 feet. Which puts me at 15, which puts them at the edge of the cone, basically.
Okay.
Which works. They still take damage. They still get hit by it. And then... Oh, that was not... Wrong document. Alright. I am going to hit them with Frost Fingers. I'm going to cast this at 2nd level.
Oh. Alright.
Alright. And... yeah. I'm going to give the injured one of my portents as well. So I'm really doubling down on this. Huh?
Alright, yeah, you're going all in.
Yeah, so I have so it's a 9 is the roll. Yep. Plus 3 is 12, so that's 1 fail. The other 2 get to roll.
Yep.
That's a 10, a natural 1. All 3 fail.
Alright, that's the 1.
Alright. 3d8 cold damage. Okay, that's 3, 3, and 8. So... Alright. So 16. No, the next one takes 16. Sorry?
3, 3, and 8.
Oh,
14.
Yes. So 14. And the last one takes 28 points of damage. Alright. So on critical hits, Undead Vigor does not trigger.
Right.
So that was a crit fail. So following our house rules, because we treat crit fails like critical hits, Undead Vigor does not trigger for that.
Alright. So, one down.
And the other one rolls and manages to stay up. We depleted one of their hit points as well. But, alright, so the one that you firebolted looks like it goes down, but then it gets back up. One of them is still animate, and one is frozen solid.
Alright.
And then I'm going to use the remaining 15 feet of my movement to return to where I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
They can still get to you.
They can still get to me, yes, but they have to come closer. And Dorn's right beside me.
Alright.
Speaking of which, it's their turn.
Yes.
That was a good spell, though.
Hmm?
That was a good spell, though.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect.
Alright. Well, there are 2 of them, and there are 2 of us. But they have to dash to get to us.
Yes.
You're way...
Yeah, I'm well out of the way.
They're well out of the way. They go for the nearest target. Unfortunately for them, me moving back means they have to dash to get to us. Because they only have a 20-foot move rate.
Yeah.
So no attacks for them this round. But they're melee with us now.
Yes.
Dorn's turn. He's going to take his mace and swing down. Blessed, as he is. Alright. Oh, okay. 8, so 8 even on with the 2 dice rolls before I add his modifier. So that's a hit.
Wait a minute. With his attack roll and the bless roll, he managed to get a total of 8?
He rolled a 5 on the d20 and a 3 on the d4, so that's 8.
Wow.
And then that's before adding his bonus to hit, which is plus 5. So it's a total of 13.
I'm sorry. I thought his total was 8. It's like, wow, he must have rolled bad.
Alright, so... I will say this is the ones on the Iron Death Store, so 1 plus 3, 4. Alright. So it takes the damage, but does it get back up? It does. Alright.
Alright. My turn.
Yep.
I am going to firebolt that stubborn bugger that just doesn't want to
Die.
become inanimate. And that will be a 20 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage, because this actually does do something.
7 damage.
7 damage, okay. Still up.
Wow. Even with 7 damage.
Even with 7 damage, which brings the DC up to 12, because it's 5 plus the damage. But you rolled an 11, and it gets to add his Constitution of 14.
Wow. Alright, that's one tough zombie.
It is, yep, alright. It's my turn. I say, well, these things...
Sorry, am I at the stairs?
You are at the mouth of the room, so the stairs are like a step or two behind you.
That's fine. I'm fine where I am then.
Yeah. I say, alright, these things have proven a little too tough for for frostbite, I think. I'm gonna follow Dorn's footsteps and take my staff and try and hit this thing with it, using Bless to help.
Alright.
I roll a natural 1. Technically on both dice, I rolled a 1 on the d4 as well.
Oh well. Hopefully you don't hit Dorn.
No, I did not. But
Okay.
I am going to rule because I didn't miss that and there's nothing else to do. I think I lose my footing and I fall to the ground.
That's not good. They have advantage on hitting you.
I feel like we should do things for natural ones, and I missed him, so that's fine. I just lose my footing and fall.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, that is bad. Alright.
Back to the top of the round.
Back to the top of the round. Well, there's still 2 of us, and they're going to attack each of us. So 1 on Dorn first. That's a miss. 7. Does not hit. And then 1 on me, who has advantage. Alright, so the higher of those is 14 plus 3, 17. I'm going to cast Shield in reaction.
Alright.
Which brings my armor class up to 18. Just enough, because I can still cast a spell as a reaction to protect myself.
You notice that it was not as close as a miss as you thought.
No?
Oh.
Yeah, this is something that we came up last time, too.
Yep. Something you have not bothered trying to check into.
Well, I'm not going to check now in the middle of the fight.
Alright, Dorn, you're up.
Yes, and he sees that I'm fine. He's going to keep focusing on the one in front of him because he wants to try and bring it down. This is a running theme for you. You roll exactly 8 on the dice before... This is the same roll as last time, 13.
Alright.
Just with different numbers on the 2 dice, but still the same. And that's the same roll to 1. Okay. So, 4, 9 is the DC. Natural 1. He manages to bring this one down. There's only 1 left now.
Yep.
The one that is currently trying to claw its way through my shield spell.
And I will see if I can give it something else to think about. $21 to hit.
That definitely hits. This one has hit points left though, still.
Points of damage.
Okay, so Firebolt, it's leaning over trying to slam on my shield. Your Firebolt hits it, skims its shoulder, and goes off into the background, so it does lightly singe it, but it does damage.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm on the ground.
Yep.
I've managed to force this thing off of me with the last amount of my shield spell. The last few seconds of it, and then I'm going to stand up because I can. Nothing prevents me from doing that. Alright. Well, I still think trying to hit this thing with my staff is the better bet. Despite what happened last time.
Besides evidence to the contrary.
Besides evidence to the contrary, this is a total of 20 to hit.
Wow.
18, 1 on the d4, plus 1 for my bonus to hit because proficiency is above. Is thankfully 2 as opposed to my -1 strength.
Are you swinging two-handed?
Yes.
Alright. D8 -1.
7 -1 is 6, which is how many hit points this thing has left. So let's see if it brings it down. It does. It's down.
Ah!
I take its head off with a swing of my staff.
Excellent. That is unexpected result.
Yes. Okay. As we take a breather to recover from that, none of us took any damage, which is nice. But Dorn's bless does come to an end.
Yes.
Because it only lasts a minute.
Hey, it was very handy.
So I don't know about the two of you, but I do not have much magic left to draw upon.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you've been throwing cantrips around.
I know.
And I thought, I'm doing fairly well myself. It's clear from this point that he is not as an advanced magic user as the rest of us.
That's alright. You got an ace.
Yep.
You're relatively, whole.
Alright. Yep, so that's 3 more dead zombies.
Yep.
One of which is still frozen solid in the doorway.
I'm going to approach the end of the room. First thing I'll do is pick up your
your little crystal.
That's just actually a metal cap.
Okay.
I'll put it on the top of my staff.
Yep.
And proceed.
Okay.
Do you hear any more shuffling footsteps?
Make a perception check. The immediate area is quiet, but...
Oh, sorry. My owl's not out.
No.
A waste of a natural 20. Replaced by a 4 plus 1.
Yep.
5.
All is quiet at the moment.
Alright. Down the corridor we go.
Okay.
In our previous marching order.
Okay. So we return to the marching order. Okay. We only take a few steps past into this room when we realize that there's an alcove right to our immediate right. It's a small alcove, which there is just enough room basically for a statue to be in there, and possibly for some people to stand in front of it, or sit in front of it, or kneel in front of it. It looks a bit like a statue to some possible deity. Does not look like the depictions of Guanyin you've seen throughout the place. So you think this is something else?
Religion check?
Religion check.
Yeah. I don't have religion. Is this an intelligence?
It's intelligence based, yes.
15.
Not high enough, I'm afraid. You look at this, you're like, you don't recognize this. If this is a deity or some other entity, you don't recognize this one.
Does it look pleasant, or does it look like it, would be the kind of thing that would have zombies crawling out, graves by it?
It looks relatively sinister.
So this was it wasn't always a nice place.
No, you have a feeling that this this monastery was built on possibly the grounds of an older temple.
Yes, Dorn, do you recognize this dude? Or dudette?
He is going to roll. Okay. Dorn, I think you have religion.
It's better.
He does. He did roll worse than you, I'm afraid.
No.
He only rolled a 12, and he's not sure who this figure is. You're fairly certain that this depiction is of... you think it's of a woman.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, though. It's... kind of looks almost like a female version of almost like what a Grim Reaper would look like.
Definitely not pleasant.
Except no scythe, but like a dark cowl, kind of skeletal features. It's a statue, though, so... Yep. And the corridor continues down past to where our light is, and you see a turn, which the zombies came around.
Alright. Down we go.
Yep. Okay, so we go to the turn, and we continue for about 15 feet before it opens up into another chamber.
Okay.
The corridor continues, but there's a chamber basically just almost like opens up to the left of the path. And looks like there's some sort of altar or sepulcher in this room.
Is there anything moving in this room? Let's start with that.
There is nothing moving in this room, but you did notice that the zombies came from this direction, so they may have been in here before.
All right.
There is also a set of stairs leading down on the right. And the path does continue on.
So we got a room.
Yep.
We have a corridor continuing.
Yep.
And we have a set of stairs going down.
On the right, yes. Doesn't look like go down too far, though.
I'll move over to the stairs and stick my staff down in that direction and see how far down it goes.
It looks like the stairs only go down about 10 feet, and there's a small, almost like antechamber down there.
Alright. I tell you guys just to stay here for a second.
Yep.
I'm going to quietly go down the stairs and see what's down there.
Okay. I'm going to need you to have to make a dexterity check for a moment.
It'd be a 7.
Okay. You step on the floor and you feel the floor go beneath your foot as you step, and then you step off of it. Like, uh-oh. You've stepped on a pressure plate, I'm afraid. Which you did not notice.
Anything bad happening to me?
You hear a twang, the sound of a twang behind you, and I need you to make a dex save.
Alright. Natural 20.
Alright, no point in rolling that then. You basically almost fall flat and keep yourself, which is important because you're standing on the staircase and you keep yourself from falling, but you duck down and you feel and you see basically almost like a steel crossbow bolt go flying and land in the antechamber. You hear and a click behind you as the trap resets.
Alright, so I know that there's a bad step on that one step.
It's not on the step, it's actually right immediately before the staircase.
Okay, I am going to have a quick look around and see if I can detect any other traps and possible hazards. I rolled a 2, so I'm fairly certain we're safe.
You're fairly certain you're safe. You're like, yep, nope, I'm fairly confident that was the only trap in this entire dungeon.
Step over that trap.
It's behind you, so it's fine.
Alright, and then I'm going to go down the stairs.
Okay. This looks like an antechamber, which probably means things would have been used to be prepared here before being taken up to an altar.
Yep.
You find the crossbow bolt. It's about
do a quick search.
It's about a foot long, by the way, in case you're wondering.
22 on my quick search.
You find a bunch of jars and urns in states of disrepair, which there is dust and ash, and some things which have basically are now more mold than whatever they were originally. And the crossbow bolt, which is, like I said, about a foot long, is made completely of metal, and you think this is the type that's fired from a heavy crossbow.
Alright, well, I have no use for that.
No.
So, if I'm not finding anything of value,
you do notice from all that, just thinking that through and searching through, and be like, if the bolt had hit me, I probably would have been knocked down these stairs into here, though.
Okay. I didn't find any secret panels or...
No secret panels, no. So what did you roll again? 22?
22.
Okay, you do find... You have to basically just scraping the ground with your staff, almost looking through all the rubbish that is in here, which is basically what's mostly left. You do find... You basically pull something loose. You're not sure what it was, but now there's some glint. There's some glint of gold lighting up in your... You're like, okay, that might have been, at some point in its history, a coin purse of something, but it's rotted away.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. There is, however, some gold here, so...
I will pick up the gold and whatever else is in this coin purse.
Okay. You find 8 gold pieces.
Alright.
Unfortunately, that's basically the only thing that's not completely ruined in here.
That's fine. I'll head back up.
Okay.
Step over the trap.
Yeah. We've worked, So while you were down there, you see that Dorn and I have moved into the rest of the room, avoiding the area we saw the pressure plate. And we've basically just tried to work around the sepulcher. So it's sitting in the center of the room, and we're just looking at it, and I'm just going to... We haven't been able to make much out about this, I say, in your absence.
Okay.
But we saw the bolt come from this thing.
Oh, I'm going to examine it then. Maybe I can figure something out.
Yeah.
Probably not. 14.
Now, best as you can tell, there's probably a crossbow housed inside this thing.
Alright. Well, no point in smashing it open, so...
The good news is you know exactly where the pressure plate... We know where the pressure plate is now, so we can avoid that.
Yeah.
And no one got hit with a crossbow bolt.
Or lure a zombie to step on it.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, I suspect we should go down that corridor.
Alright. So we continue down.
Yep.
Alright. The corridor sort of forks. Basically, it turns to our left and continues that way, but there's also keeps going a little bit straight forward and then opens into a room. There is another statue of that same figure in there.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the entrance to the room.
Yep.
And have a look in.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
That'll be a 6.
Okay. There's a room. There's a statue in there. You think there's a bit of another staircase leading down just at the edge of your field of your light at the end of this.
Is this the same statue as the statue we saw before?
Identical, except this one's a bit larger.
Okay. I don't really want to do this, but I think I have to. I'm going to have my owl pop back into existence and ride on my shoulder.
Okay, you summon your owl.
Yep, because my perception sucks.
Without her, yep.
Yeah. I'm going to check the floor for possible pressure plates, and I'm going to enter the room and just do a quick exam of it.
Okay. I'm going to ask if you want us to come in or do you want us to wait here?
Up to you.
Okay. I enter the room with you. Dorn says he's going to stay right here at the mouth of it to keep watch.
Alright.
He doesn't want all of us falling into a trap, basically.
My investigation check is a 25.
Alright. So you investigate the room as we enter it. There's not much in here except the base of this statue.
Yep.
Basically has a compartment in it, you're pretty sure.
Alright.
And you also, as you investigate the room, you can actually, to investigate the room, you do walk around it and look around, so you can get a glimpse of what's down the staircase. There is a large chamber up ahead with more stone caskets. That's just another set of stairs.
Okay, so probably more zombies.
You do notice, as you look down there at those caskets, the main difference is these ones are open already.
Yeah. Kind of figured that had come from somewhere.
Yeah. Alright, so there's there is a casket. Sorry, no, there's not casket. There's a panel in this statue. And there's one other thing you do notice.
Yeah.
The doorway, basically right beside where the stairs go down, there is a hidden, basically, lever for all intents and purposes.
There's a hidden lever,
Yeah.
a compartment,
In the statue, and the stairs going down. It's right by the path, basically the doorway leading down into that other room.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that aside for the moment.
Yeah.
What's the compartment? What is it made out of?
It is made out of stone.
All right, I'm gonna spend a few minutes and concentrate.
You do as you were feeling around, you felt what felt like is a keyhole.
Alright, I'm going to spend a few moments and concentrate, and I'm going to change that stone into wood.
Alright. The wood does not rot naturally as you transmute it, because as the rigors of time would affect wood normally. So you now have a compartment panel of wood as opposed to stone.
Okay.
A thick panel of wood, because...
take a dagger,
Yep.
shove in where the keyhole is, wedge it in there, and see if I can pry open this panel door.
Make a strength check, please.
Woohoo! 5.
You do not manage it, I'm afraid.
I say, Dorn, come here for a sec.
Yeah.
Can you hit that with your mace, please?
So you want Dorn to give us a check? Okay.
With his mace.
Yep. Alright, so it's a grand total of 15 to hit. I will just roll damage. He manages to break it open.
Alright. So while it's still wood, I'm going to pull the pieces of wood out and see what's in this thing.
There is basically a chest for all intents and purposes, a small chest in there.
Alright. Pull the chest out.
Okay, comes out. I find it funny that you didn't bother searching for traps when you did that. But yeah, nothing happens. You have the chest now.
How big?
It is about this long.
Yep.
And about that wide. So it's basically a thin, long box. For more than a chest, really.
For the moment, because there's probably zombies still about, I'm going to drop it in the bag of holding.
Okay. Put that in the bag of holding. We have that.
Deal with that later.
Right.
So
I'm overlooking at the lever that you pointed out. Like,
yeah.
Well, I'm not sure what this mechanism is supposed to trigger.
How far is it from the entrance to this room to the lever? How far is that?
20 feet.
Okay, so I'm going to get everyone to go back to there and cast Mage Hand and activate the lever.
Okay. You hear a sound of and something slamming down. Below the staircase, though, on the way down.
Okay. Yeah. So when I go back over, I assume there's some kind of portcullis.
There is a portcullis there, yes.
Move the handle back up.
It goes back up.
Alright. Is there a way I can jam this?
You can attempt to.
I have a hammer and spikes I carry with me.
Yep.
I'm going to try and pound one in to jam this so no one seals this in there, right? You know. Want me to roll for this?
Yes, this is definitely going to be a roll. This is definitely a strength check, isn't it? Not a dexterity. Not a dexterity. What did you roll?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You jam it successfully. You're quite possibly you broke it if you're not sure.
That's okay.
It's not moving.
Happy with that.
Yep. Alright. So the lever is jammed in place.
Jammed open. And I'll put down -1 spike because I'm pretty sure I'm not getting that one back.
Okay.
Checking for traps. We will head up down this stairway.
Alright. Investigation check with advantage.
There are days when advantage doesn't help you at all.
No.
11 total.
Okay. The good news is you do find the tripwire. The bad news is you find it by tripping the wire.
Yeah.
You hear it pull. You're pretty sure it also... I'm just going to hold 1 second. It snaps when you do so. And then you hear a bunch... And you hear a big, like almost something grinding and breaking in the room past where you heard the lever was. The portcullis does judders but does not move. You successfully jammed this trap to the point, so basically this is a secondary trigger for that portcullis.
Oh.
But you managed to break it.
There you go. I'll take that.
Yep.
Down we go.
Down you go. Alright, this is a 20 by 30 room.
And a whole pile of open sarcophagi?
There are 5 of them in here.
And they're all open?
All open.
And I assume all empty at this point?
And all vacant, yes.
So, is there a additional egress from this room?
No, this is a dead end.
I'm going to search for a secret door.
Okay. With advantage because you have 2 people assisting you.
13.
You do not find anything.
Alright. Back up.
I would like you to make a perception check.
I think the owl's upset with me or something. 10.
That's enough. You hear movement echoing through the halls. More footsteps.
Upstairs?
Well, upstairs is basically 6 feet away. This is a small staircase.
Alright, well, I don't want to get caught in this dead end.
Yeah.
So, up we go.
Okay. Alright, so we go up. We hear the footsteps are coming from the corridor. But it did turn.
Not the corridor we came from, right?
The corridor we came from, but we remember it turned left before we entered this room.
Okay.
And we think the footsteps are coming from that direction.
Okay, so I go over to the door, the corridor door, like where we came into this room.
The entrance to this room.
Nope,
but you don't see anything in front of us, or you're going to look down the turn?
Well, as we go by the turn, I'm going to look down there.
Alright. You, to the light of your staff, you see 3 more zombies.
How far are they away from me?
Exactly 20 feet. Exactly 20 feet. And one of them is a dragonborn.
Dragonborn zombie?
In monk robes.
So, there are no survivors.
And that is exactly what Dorn is. He says, have his picturing, he says, looking directly at her.
Yeah. Oh, that's just too bad.
And I think we should roll for initiative. In a not very wide corridor.
I was going to say, yeah, I think we've been spotted.
My initiative is not been great this session.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well,
finally. We're into double digits for sure now, for me at least.
What?
What'd you get?
I have a 7.
Alright.
Dorn is in shock. He has a 2.
I have a 21.
Oh, well, yeah. You're probably going first.
Well,
and the zombies have a 3.
Oh, Abbas, or she just got.
She's in with them.
Alright.
And, alright, so. Alright, so, well, on a 21, you're definitely up first.
And they're only 20 feet away from me.
They are.
I'm going to take a page from your book, and I'm going to cast Burning Hands at 2nd level.
I assume that means you're going to step forward 5 feet.
Yeah, they're only 20 feet. They're 20 feet away from me, right?
Yes, it's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah.
So yes. So you take a few steps forward, and
Light them up.
3 dex saving throws.
Ugh, terrible numbers.
Well, the abbess has some dexterity left over from previous life and rolls a natural 20.
Wow.
So she takes no damage, even...
Yep.
The next one has a 1, not a natural 1, but a 3 minus 2.
Yep.
And the last one has a 12 in total. So 2 fails. And one...
They take, believe it or not, a paltry 11 points of damage.
Well, it's not too bad, except one of them completely sidesteps somehow in this room. The cone.
And after I do that...
Maybe she steps backwards and the other 2 take the full brunt of it. 11's not bad.
Yeah, 4d6.
Unless you were casting it at 2nd level.
Yes. I will now take my remaining 25 feet of movement and move away from these guys.
Okay, which way are you moving away from them? The corridor we came down or back into the room?
No room. That's a dead end. I'm going to head the other way. Where we came.
Alright. So you are basically, 20 feet away from the turn.
Yes.
Alright. So, it's my turn. I say, well, that seemed like it was rather effective, I say.
You're more optimistic than I was.
I am going to pull a very similar maneuver. I'm going to step forward 5 feet, raise my staff, and hit them with frost fingers. Only at 1st level, though, because I don't have one. Alright. Well, the abbess is less effective this time around. So 12 on her. 19 for the next one. 16. So 2 saves.
Oh.
They still take half damage. Oh, alright, so 13 points of cold damage to the abbess, who has taken no damage. Yeah, I do see what you mean, though, that not being so good, because that's... that's more. Alright, the other 2 take 6. Alright. And then, I'm basically going to pull the same maneuver you did and move down beside you. Yeah, that seems to be quite effective.
Well, it's fine for the first time. I don't think we're going to be able to get away with it the second time.
No, but that was a good opening salvo. I did a good damage to them. It's their turn now.
Oh, that's right. Dorn was last.
Yeah.
Oh, poor bugger.
Yeah, we did kind of abandon him. There's one bit of good news. This corridor is not wide enough for all 3 of them to get to him. The abbess had to step back to avoid getting hit by your burning hand, so she's behind the other 2.
Right.
So all 3 will move up, but she's not in melee with him.
Right.
The other 2, on the other hand... Oh dear, okay. Dorn, what is your armor class? You have no dexterity to speak of. This is my stat block. It's my character sheet. Where is... hang on. Dorn, your armor class is... oh dear. Dorn's armor class is 10!
What?
He has no dexterity modifier. And he's wearing robes.
Wow.
So a 14 and a 15 both hit him.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but those are low numbers on damage. They do have a strength modifier, though, I believe. Yeah, 1. Okay. Okay, they swipes at him. He takes a grand total of 5 damage between both hits. They rolled poorly on damage.
He's still down 14 points.
Still, yep.
He's back to being bloodied.
Yep. And he's in melee with 2 of them.
Yes. So they're still around the corner, right?
We can see 2 of them from where we are.
How far? They're
actually, wait, one second. I just realized something.
What?
Alright, well, unsurprisingly, a zombie does not have much interest in its allies. Pixarine is behind them.
Yes.
She's a dragonborn.
She's a zombie.
I rolled an intelligence check for her.
She has a brain still?
Well, alright, so she rolled it was an 18 total.
Alright.
On intelligence for zombies is -4. So 14. You hear dead lungs draw in breath, and then flames come burning out. The good news is, 2 zombies are being caught in this.
Bad news is, so is Dorn. Are we
Yes.
far enough away?
What?
Are we far enough
It's a
away?
15-foot cone. It's going straight that way, so yeah, we're a little
Oh,
bit.
okay.
Okay. Okay, that is... All 3 fail.
Dorn and the 3 zombies?
He rolled the highest. Because this is a dex save, but he still only rolled a 10. And it's DC 12.
Ugh.
2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, he's gonna be in trouble.
7 points of fire damage. Okay.
He's down 21 hit points now.
Yeah, he's not looking good. 2 saving throws. But one of the zombies is goes down to the ground on fire as well.
One gets back up.
One gets back up at 1 hit point.
Alright.
Yeah, I remembered that I did give her that ability though because she's a dragonborn zombie. Zombies sometimes inherit natural abilities when they're alive.
Okay.
Alright, it's his turn now. That was not a good round for him.
No. Heal yourself!
Yeah, that's definitely... There's going to be some... a roll on his part before, whether or not he did that, but not after that. Okay, now it was good when it needed to be. He heals 9 hit points. Back to double digits. And then, he is now seeing that he only has 1 zombie on him. He is going to move down to where we are. This movement.
Ooh. Opportunity.
Yes, but only 1 this time. That's a 21. Only 2 points of damage, though.
Alright.
So net gain of... yeah.
Net gain of
7. Hit
As
points.
he comes up to us, I tell him to get behind us.
Yeah. He's able to move past us, yes, if we let him by.
It really sounds weird being a magic and telling a cleric to get behind you where you're safe. Alright.
Alright, so that's the end of... Alright, so you're up.
Yes.
You can only see 1 zombie now. And 1 that's on fire, and 1 burning on the ground. But it's dead.
Alright, I am going to firebolt the one that I see. Oh, good thing I have a crappy armor class, because that's a total of 10.
Hits.
Oh, the 9s are back. Excellent. 9 points of damage to it.
Okay, that really ranks up the DC at least. That's a total of 20. It's up still.
Ah. Alright, I have a lot of movement left. I have all my movement
Yeah, you have all
left.
your movement. Are you
I am going to...
run past me and Dorn?
Nope, I'm going to go to Dorn.
Yeah.
And I am going to I'm going to move him to help try and carry and move him back.
Oh, you're going to try and shove him.
Oh, I'm going to try and carry him, not just
He
push
can...
him.
Okay, but he can still move on his turn if he chooses.
Yeah, but the zombies will get to him.
No, he's past us at this point. We are standing in front of him.
Yes, but he's only 20 feet away.
No, he's 30 feet away.
No, me from the zombies.
Okay, so you want to get further away?
I want to get further away.
Okay,
and
you
I'm trying to
can,
take him
if you
with me.
explain to him that you want to drag him, you can drag him at half movement.
Yes, that's what I'm going to tell him.
Okay.
I'm trying to get you further away from these guys.
Okay, so you and him both move 15 feet.
Well, no, I moved 10 feet to him, and then 10 more feet with him. Right?
Yes, because... Okay. Yeah, so 10 more feet, because you have the movement at that point. Okay.
And I'm going to try and keep him behind me.
So you
'cause I
dragged him
don't
10 feet, or pushed him 10 feet, I guess, if you want to stay in front of him.
And then I'm done.
Yeah. Alright, well, I say that one's almost dead. I'm gonna try hitting with frostbite from where I am. No, that's another 21.
These guys save so well.
They have a high constitution. It's the only stat they have that's high. I'm gonna come back and join you, basically. Just moving back to where you are.
Dorn's turn?
No, the zombies are up next, remember?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. He's at the bottom. Well, they have to get through you and I.
They have to get to us as well.
Yeah, so I think the one that was 20 feet, which is now 40 feet away, can at least get to us.
It can, yes.
I'm not sure.
The undead abyss is 5 feet further back.
Right.
Basically, once they move up.
Can't make it to us.
Yes.
Alright.
The good news is, she does not breathe fire at us again.
Excellent.
So now it's Dorn's turn.
Tell Dorn to go.
Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to cast Sacred Flame at the injured one.
Alright.
That is a fail.
Oh. Alright.
Alright. Okay. He hits it for 3 points of radiant damage. You see the radiant divine fire flare up around this creature and it just falls. You notice it doesn't even get a chance to recover from this. It seems radiant damage, much like a critical hit, suppresses their ability to get back to recover.
Excellent.
That's the first one that's been hit with a Sacred Flame so far, so there was no way we knew that up until this point.
Well, that's excellent. That's good news.
Yeah. And then he's going to move back.
Yes.
He only moves back half his movement, though.
Alright. Somebody wants out.
Okay. And then we're going to be back to the top of the round with you, though.
Alright. So I am 5 feet away from this zombie, right?
And so am I, yes.
So that means I'm in melee with it?
No, there's a 5-foot gap in between the two of you.
So it doesn't have a 5-foot range?
No, it's... this is... Okay, basically, it's basically about 6 feet away, basically, because one was right up with us, and it was 5 feet past that one.
Alright.
So. You are just out of its melee.
What do I want to do to you? I still have a few spells left.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go for the better averages on numbers. I'm gonna magic missile.
Okay, magic missile.
Sorry.
At this point, you can just say it, I think. I don't think... There aren't many people who care about proper gender pronouns towards zombies, I don't think.
That is an 8-point magic missile.
Well, it takes the bolts, but it stays up. You didn't do enough damage to force it to do its undead fortitude.
No, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
It's close, though.
It's close.
Yep. And,
You can move back if you want.
how far away? Dorn only moved back 15 feet, right?
Yes.
So if I move back with him... Oh, maybe the zombie won't be able to have an attack. Alright, I'm gonna move back.
Yes, one of the reasons you know he didn't move back further is because the pressure plate is right there.
Oh.
It's right past him. 15 feet back is into the room that we came from.
Alright, I will move back with him.
Okay, you move back with him?
Yep.
Alright, my turn. I'm gonna try this one more time as I send another cloud of frostbite at this zombie. It isn't just the fact that they have a +3 constitution. They've not rolled under my spell save DC the entire time trying to save from that cantrip.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
They've been saving so well.
Yeah. Alright, then I'm going to move back to where you are.
Yep. Zombie!
Zombie, who is 21 feet away from us.
Works for me.
Okay. She moves up and dashes to get to us.
Yep.
I can't believe the fact that I'm actually that is keeping us safe from her.
That's enough.
Dorn's turn. He says, "Forgive me, Abbess." And he says, "It throws a sacred flame at her."
Excellent.
Alright. 14 minus 2 is 12. That is his spell save DC. She just evades it.
Oh well.
And... Alright. Dorn just makes a wisdom check to avoid stepping onto where the pressure plate is, but he moves around it.
It was jammed though, right?
No, you didn't jam this one. It was the lever you jammed, remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we didn't mention this one at all.
Oh, alright.
Alright, so we're back to the top of the round. You're up.
And I'm in melee with this, right?
Yes, she is. She's right there. Or it's right there, whatever.
Whatever. What do I want to do to you?
Barely hanging on to unlife, but it's still there.
True. I suspect it doesn't really matter a whole lot, so I am going to use another first level spell slot and Burning Hands her.
Burning hands, alright?
For 7 points of damage.
She still manages to stay up, unfortunately. 15 on the save.
What can I do?
Yep, that's another spell slot gone, though, I think.
Yep. Alright. Just gonna stand my ground.
Yep. My turn. This is not me rolling to attack, this is me deciding what to do here. Yep, if only that would say, okay, fine. Just keep trying this. $14 to save from frostbite. That is my DC.
Yeah.
This thing just doesn't want to die!
That's the problem with undead. They just hang on.
So it's her turn now.
Yep.
There are two of us. Going for me, apparently.
Oh, that's unusual.
Odds, evens.
Yeah, I know. Just use it. Me.
Oh, she rolls well on this too. 21 to hit.
Ow.
Damage is... she's basically reaches out and swats me for 2 points of damage.
That's the first damage you've taken.
Yeah, you haven't taken any yet.
No. Very lucky.
No, it's all been poor Dorn.
Yeah, I know. They call them meat shields for a reason.
He's not a meat shield. That's not his purpose.
Yeah, well, it is. Oh, depends on your perspective, I suppose.
Well, she rolled minimal damage for me, so... I was like, I think I just got slapped by a zombie. As I do.
Dorn! Do your radiant damage again. Let's get rid of this thing.
Alright, another... Alright, that's it. That is, she failed. And it doesn't matter. She doesn't get to her undead fortitude against radiant damage.
Excellent.
The last flash of radiant flame and she goes down.
Is she carrying a... what was it she said? A flail?
He said there was a morning star in there.
Morning star. Is she carrying a morning star weapon?
She has no weapons. Which is why she just swung at me.
Yeah, but she might have had like a clip on her belt or whatever.
No.
Alright. I don't want to search a zombie's body.
Also, a morning star is usually pretty obvious.
Yes. No, I was thinking she may have other things on her. Well, enough time for that afterwards.
Yeah.
Head down the corridor where they came from.
Alright.
I'm getting a little low on spell slots now.
Yep. Dorn is completely out of spell slots.
Alright.
I'm doing okay.
I have 1 first and 1 second left.
I am at half. I have 2 firsts and 1 second.
Alright.
Not too bad. We could take a short rest if you wanted.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, short rest with zombies crawling everywhere?
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to wait an hour for us to,
Alright, so we round the corner in the corridor. Head down. We come to basically a long chamber. It is only 15 feet wide.
Right.
But it is 90 feet long.
Oh.
So our light cantrips does not fill it completely.
Do I hear anything?
Roll a perception check.
19.
We hear nothing in the immediate area.
I'm going to light it up in a slightly unusual way. I'm going to launch a firebolt straight down the corridor.
Alright.
See if I see anything.
Yeah, roll. This is mostly just going to be how accurate you are. How straight your aim is, basically.
23?
Yep. So, you briefly get to illuminate the entire room as the firebolt goes down.
Yep.
And hits a set of closed doors at the end before lashing out in fire over it.
Did I see anything?
There are some pillars in this room.
Yeah.
There is a it goes down all the way to the door. You did not see any zombies.
Okay. Let's progress. I'm going to keep my eyes open for pressure plates because there seems to be a few of them in here.
Yep.
And also tripwires and any evidence of zombie activity.
Investigation with my assistance.
14.
14. Alright. I'm afraid that's not enough. You do feel another tripwire.
Boy.
Which also breaks.
Okay.
So, a lot of the traps in here aren't in the best of condition. But then you hear a whoosh, and suddenly, you see this thing start shooting along along down this long corridor from wall to wall, including us. Dexterity saving throw, please.
That's not good.
What?
Natural 1.
I also rolled a natural 1.
Ah! 2 of them!
And Dorn rolled a 17.
Well, that's good because he's in rough shape.
Alright. Okay. You feel a sharp pain in your shoulder as a dart hits it.
Okay.
You take 3 points of piercing damage.
That's it. I was expecting much more than that.
And then I take 5 points of piercing damage. And then you feel something entering your bloodstream.
Oh, poison.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm proficient in Constitution saving throws at least. Oh, not yet. Oh, sorry.
But you have a +4.
I know. 16.
21 for me. So we both manage to shrug off the poison. And we don't take any further damage. And are fortunate, even more fortunately, not poisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just take the initial piercing damage.
Well, that has to be the mildest one as far as damage goes. Natural 1. Oh, I'll take it. Let's continue.
Okay. So we continue to the far of the room.
Yep.
The room is now littered with darts. And we come to a set of double doors, which your firebolt lit up.
Alright, and I'll stand back a little bit, because there seems to be an awful lot of traps here. And I'll use Mage Hand to try and open the door.
Okay. So the Mage Hand opens one of the 2 doors.
Yep.
Your light spills into a large chamber.
So no bucket of whitewash on the top of it splashes on the floor?
No. Nothing obvious happens.
Alright, so go up to the door, look in.
This is a square room, which is, one moment, and 50 feet on each side.
Did you say 50?
50.
50?
50. 50-foot square room, basically.
Okay, and is there anything in this room?
Well, your cantrip doesn't fill the entire room, unless we enter it a bit more.
It is a, what, 20-foot radius? 10-foot radius.
It's a 20-foot radius of bright light, and then a further 20 radius of dim light.
Okay, so what can I see from where I'm standing?
Lots of rubble. This place was clearly... This looks more like looks like a proper crypt.
Okay. And are there, like, open caskets or...
A great many, yes.
Alright. And do I see any movement?
Roll a perception check.
19.
Yes, you do. At the edge of but it's past the edge of your light cantrip.
I see movement.
Yep.
But I can't see. Can I see what it is?
You see something moving towards you.
Alright. So that means we're up again. I'm going to hold a firebolt cantrip. And I'm going to let it go the second I see a zombie come into view.
Something different happens that you're not used to. As you're writing your wand, the little firebolt just burning at the edge of it, ready to fly off. Whatever's moving at the edge of your cantrip, you can't quite see it. You just see it moving at the edge of the spell's radius. It is not coming directly towards you. It is moving, almost like circling at the edge of the spell's light. Which is not behavior zombies have shown.
So, something with a few more brain cells. You said there's a lot of rubble on the floor?
And stone caskets, yep.
There you go. Obviously I can't hold this cantrip forever anyway. I'm going to bend down,
Yep.
and I'm going to pick up a piece of rock,
Yep.
and I cast the light cantrip on it.
Okay. As you do that, the light on the end of your staff goes out.
It does?
Yeah, you can only have one active at a time.
Okay, I throw it in the room.
Alright. Dex check.
You have yours going.
Yep.
Oh. 16.
Alright. You hit something with this rock. And it...
What do I hit?
You see this creature wearing, again, a burial shroud.
Yep.
But now that you can see it's... now it's lit up, its skin is like bleach white almost. And it has long... It's skeletal, but it's got flesh over it. You can see its fingers are very bony, like protruding from it, but but flesh covers everything, and its eyes are black wells. They're just absence of light and any form of pupil or iris. Its hair is also a grayish white, and in one hand it holds a morning star. And the other hand, you can see just liquid shadow seems to wreathe its hand. A type of energy you've seen once before.
Necrotic?
This is the sort of aura necromantic energies give. You've seen this once before on the larvae we've encountered.
Oh,
This creature is watching you warily and is gauging you.
Arcana check. Do I recognize what this thing is?
Okay.
Natural 20.
Yes, you do recognize this creature because it is actually rather well known. And you start to... This creature is a white.
Ooh.
And you know these creatures can drain the life force of someone by touching. And now you understand why Abbess Pixrine was a zombie when you encountered her. This creature... Beings killed by this creature raise from the dead as zombies under its service.
Wow. Well, we've decimated their army. Its army.
It says, "You shall fill their ranks." And
I didn't say that aloud, but that's alright.
it takes a step towards you, and time to roll for initiative.
Yep.
I finally roll relatively high.
What'd you get?
I have a 15.
Cool. I have a 12.
Alright, Dorn did better too. 10 for him.
And our new buddy.
And the white, quite fittingly, being fought inside a barrow. What is your dexterity? Is tied with Dorn for 10, but has a higher dexterity, so it'll go first.
So you're up first.
I am. It also doesn't necessarily see me at the moment. Well, it sees my light cantrip because I'm in the doorway.
Oh yeah, you're holding a light source for us. So.
Yeah.
I suspect it sees you.
Yeah, it does. Alright. Well, one other thing you notice this thing can do is move much more quickly than the zombies we've encountered so far.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Alright, let's see, I'm going to look at the map again, see. Yeah, it can make it to you.
Yeah, but, you're up first.
Oh, that's right, I am up first. Sorry, I was getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, there's 2 initiatives before it.
Which means you can...
Oh, get too excited about killing us.
I say, well, I'll give this one last try, I say, for the day.
Alright.
And hit with first. Natural 1!
There you go.
Okay, that's not bad. Total of 6 damage on the crit fail. And the ice crystallizes around it, hampering its movement, so it's going to have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
So it's not resistant to cold then. Cool.
It took the full damage.
Excellent.
I think I'm the light source. If I move too much, you're going to be in the dark. So I think I'm going to stay just in the doorway.
Alright.
Okay, it's your turn.
Alright. I am going to... First
I'm
off...
just going to tell you this now. It is exactly 30 feet from you.
I am going to pull out a crystalline figure of a bear.
You're pulling out the bear.
I'm pulling out the bear. And I'm going to toss it on the ground in front of it.
And speak the incantation.
And speak the words. And hopefully it'll roll well. That is a 17, which is a success.
Yep.
So you now have a bear.
Okay, roll initiative for it, please.
And it has... I don't know its dex modifier.
Plus
It
0.
rolled a 12.
Alright, so it's got an initiative of 12.
Yep.
I'm just going to put it after you.
Same as mine. Alright, this time we go after me. That's fine. Yeah.
Which means it would be up next.
So, that is an activation. Can I still do a cantrip?
Is it an action to use? These you designed these magic items?
Yes, it is an action to use.
Then do you have any bonus action cantrips?
I don't have a bonus action spell.
You can use the bonus action spell then if you want. You used your action, so you still have a bonus action and movement.
No.
Okay.
Nope, good.
So you summoned a bear right beside this thing, I guess.
Oh, in front of it.
In front of it, yeah.
And it is now going to swat at it. Oh, it gets multi-attack, doesn't it? Can you look over there, please?
I have it here. I have the stat block here, yes. Multi-attack. 1 bite and 1 claw attack.
Alright. 18
plus
a
5.
hit. Oh, plus 5, so that's a hit.
That's a hit.
That was a miss for sure. So what does it do for the bite?
The bite is 1d8 plus 4.
Oh, max damage! It takes 12 points of damage.
Alright, well, your bear's probably not happy for doing this.
Good thing it's not alive.
It bites the white and starts basically just trashing it around before spinning it to the ground.
Yeah.
Alright! Yeah, no, that was a palpable hit.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that.
You're gonna be less happy about what happens next.
What's that?
You're gonna be less happy what happens next because it's the white's turn now.
Yes.
And it also has a multi-attack.
Oh well.
So, first... Alright, yeah, so first for the Morning Star. 14 to hits the bear's armor class of 11.
Okay.
1d8 plus 4. Also, max damage for 12 damage to the bear.
This thing may not be here very long.
I mean, it's tougher than the night was, at least.
Yeah.
Alright. It hits with the Morning Star. You see the Morning Star has a faint glow around it as it hits this creature.
Yeah, so it was magical.
It's going to do... And then it reaches out with its hand wreathed in liquid shadow to drain the life from your creature. That's an 11 exactly, plus 4 to hit, yeah.
Wow.
5. Okay. This is less damage, fortunately. But it's still... It got a max on both hits. Your bear loses 8 hit points to necrotic damage. And as you see this, it's hard to tell this creature, but you see its energy and the essence of this creature actually seems to dim and shrink somewhat as its life essence is drawn from it.
Making 20 points of damage. Alright,
yeah.
that was it, not me.
Okay, the one good news you noticed is the white's wounds did not seem to heal from that.
Alright, so it might be able to heal from ours. That's not good.
Alright, that's its turn.
What's
Oh wait, I forgot one thing.
What's that?
That first attack was supposed to be at disadvantage.
Oh. It may gain back 12 hit points.
No, that was but it wasted a natural 20.
Alright, that's something.
I have to remember that. Alright, Dorn is up.
Yeah.
He's in rough shape and out of spells. So he's going to try to hit it with Sacred Flame.
Alright.
From distance, because he only has cantrips left. A 9 does not save. Wait, does this thing have... Hang on, I just want to double check. Texas... +2 has no proficiency in saving throws. Okay, so... 2 points of radiant damage.
That's something.
Yeah. And I just want to double check this thing. Vulnerabilities? I don't remember. Off the top of my head. No.
Alright, back to the top of the pile.
Me!
With 2.
Well, I still have some spells left, I say. I am going to hit this thing with Magic Missile.
Alright.
Oh, 2 ones. 9 points of force damage.
That's something.
Yeah.
It's taking damage.
It is, and it is massively outnumbered at the moment.
Yeah. Yes.
We have killed quite a few of its minions.
Yeah. I'm so happy the bear's in the way, let's just say.
Alright, you're up.
Alright. Let's have a look. Actually, no, okay. I'm gonna have this firebolt. I'm a little low on spells, and I'm gonna hope my bear does something.
Okay.
15.
Hits.
I love this die. 9 points of fire damage.
It's the 4th one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's burning, it's taking damage. It's hard to tell with an undead creature, but this thing is starting to show signs of some real hurt. And it looks like it's whatever survival instincts it has are trying to kick in here.
Well, it's taking 32 points of damage.
Yep. Alright. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I gotta get my bear to do something.
Okay. The bear's turn.
That's a 19 to hit on the first hit.
Okay, that hits.
And 12?
Exactly its armor class. It's not
2
armored.
hits.
It's not armored, basically. It's just wearing an Imperial Shroud.
D8 for the first one. What's the second one?
Alright, so D8 plus 4 for the bite, and 2D6 plus 4 for the claws.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's max damage on the D8 again. That's 25 total points of damage.
Alright, so that brings it down to 0. But,
Undead fortitude, but that's a whole pile of damage that's gotta come.
okay, so technically it would be the first. How much was the D8? It was another 12?
Yes.
Because technically they hit separately, so that would hit first.
Alright, and that would bring it down to 0?
That would bring it down to 0, yes.
Alright, so do the...
12 plus 5, 17. This is going to be a higher DC. The bite kills it before the claws even. Then the bite bites it to the ground and the claw just swipes it and it's already down though.
Yeah, because that next save would have been 13.
So it would have been higher, yeah, by 1.
Yeah, by 1.
But it.
Alright.
Alright! It's dead.
Oh, bear! Oh, I love that thing. And unfortunately, well, we got it for
We
another
have it for another hour.
hour.
It's lighting this place up a little bit.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss those things when they're gone.
Yeah, I might want to have saved that and used the boar instead.
Oh well.
Alright.
Would the boar have survived that first onslaught of damage?
I'd have to check the bear's. Want me to check the boar's hit points?
Yeah, does it have 20 or more?
Boar. No, it has 11 hit points.
Yeah, see, it would have been taken out.
Yep.
Oh, he needed the bear.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I did not want to get hit by that thing.
No.
Alright, it was a good magic item. It is gone.
You have it for 59 more minutes.
True.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything else in here.
Alright. And the Morning Star is lying on the ground beside it.
Alright, I'll go over and I'll pick that up. Oh, with a mage hand.
Oh, you use Mage Hand to pick it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case. I'm not sure if there's got anything on it.
Okay.
Just drop it in the bag of holding for now.
The Morningstar is just the size to fit into the bag of holding.
Yeah. Alright, that's fine.
So it does fit.
Alright. Alright, let's search this place.
Alright. Alright, so you're going to want to investigate the room?
Oh, sorry, yes.
With our assistance.
23.
Okay. 23. That's good. Alright, we come to a large... another large sepulchre, which is another stone casket.
Yep.
This one is open as well. And has a number of... has a large number of... lots of gold and jewels in here.
Cool.
One thing you would... a common theme in a lot of stories you've heard about whites is they're often buried with their valuables and treasure.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. So there is about 120 gold pieces in here.
Yep.
And, one moment, I will tell you in a second. How many... Oh, 1 second. That rolled out of my dice tray so it doesn't count. And, alright, there are 10 gems in here as well. 6 amethysts and 4 emeralds. Please note those down because they have different values.
Alright.
Alright. Also, while we were looking through the room with the 23 investigation, you felt a draft on the far western, the north room of this, north of the room, basically. This.
Okay.
So we entered from the east side of the room, so the coffin's on the west.
Yep.
So you felt a draft of the north of the room.
I'm going to go in that direction and see if I can find possibly a secret door.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta roll again?
Yes, but with a
Can't milk the 23 for a little longer? In that case, I'll make it a 24.
See, you manage it. You do indeed find a brick that is loose, and you push it in, and it causes the door to open.
Right. Leading into...
It leads into a small chamber.
Okay.
There is... Let's see, what is in here? There's one remaining coffin in here, similar to the stone ones you've seen before.
Open or closed?
Closed.
Oh. I'm going to take a small breather, and I'm going to cast Detect Magic ritually.
Do you know Detect Magic?
Good lord, do I? No, you do.
No.
I do the identifying.
So you want me to use Detect Magic, then?
I'm going to take a quick breather while you cast a ritual Detect Magic.
I will spend 10 minutes casting Detect Magic.
Yep.
Okay.
First off, sarcophagus.
There was a spell on this, I say.
Oh. You know what the spell... Can you tell what it was?
Hang on, I was going to...
Probably Abjuration.
School was Abjuration. I think this was some sort of warding spell, but it's been destroyed.
Alright.
And that's the only thing because the Morningstar's in the bag.
I'm going to pull the Morningstar out. I assume it's magical.
Yes, it is magical.
Pull out that box.
Alright,
I'm not going to open it up, just going to pull it out.
there's nothing magical in that one.
Yeah, put it back. Put the Morningstar back. Alright. Is there any writing on this? Any markings? warnings of dire consequences for opening?
No, but there is a faint pattern that you feel that would have been whatever warding spell was placed on this, but it's been destroyed.
Let's make doubly sure, and I'm going to try opening this.
Alright, strength check, please.
Can we do this as a team effort? Because it's probably a big lid.
Alright, assistance then. Still strength check with advantage.
Got rid of the 1 at least. 9.
Okay, it takes us a little while. It takes us about a minute of effort to move it, but we do manage it.
Okay.
There's no immediate danger, so it's just how long that was going to take.
Yeah. Okay. And inside.
Inside is a body long turned to dust.
Okay.
Is just a few fragments of bone, which it looks like even so much if you touch them, they might fall apart.
Well, your detect magic is still going, so just in case the sarcophagus actually was blocking anything. Is there any magic in here?
No, but it does look like there's some other things in there that are non-magical. But you might have to sift through the dust in order to do that.
Yeah. I will use the end of my staff and just move things around and try and see what's in here.
Alright, well, moving there's some more gold in here, first of all.
Yeah. I'll use my mage hand, actually. It sounds like a better idea.
Alright, so use your mage hand to sift through the dust.
Yep.
There is about 100 more pieces of gold in here.
Yep.
And there is a locket.
Locket.
Yes.
Lockets usually open up.
Lockets usually open up, yes.
Gently. Try and open it up.
You gently try and open it up.
Well, I mean...
Please make a dexterity check.
No. This could be bad. Oh, no, it's not. 21.
You do not break the locket.
Is there an inscription? Color photograph?
Well, I don't think photography exists in our world. There is a very, very worn inscription.
Okay. Is it in common?
It is not in common.
Halfling?
It is not in halfling. But the point is, what I'm trying to get to here is, it's so worn you don't think it would matter even if it was.
So, can't read it?
No.
Alright. I will just take it for the moment.
Okay. I say to you, an awful lot of effort was gone to seal whatever was in here.
Yes. An awful lot of effort. I suspect it was the White's chamber.
Alright.
Maybe Arcana check to see if my hypothesis is true. Like, do Whites have, like, a burial area kind of thing? Or was that outside?
Like, could have been either one of them, really.
18.
This is a very niche question. Whites usually do have, like, a crypt to retreat to during the day because they have sunlight sensitivity, like a lot of undead. And they usually come out at night and they'll rest in their crypt along with their treasure. So it could have been either one of them. You notice that this one was closed when we opened this chamber.
Yeah.
And it looks like it hasn't been opened in some time, whereas the other one was open. So that's the most likely outcome, you think?
I was just thinking that maybe it had a backup.
It may very well have had one. You do not know.
That's the end of all the corridors and rooms down here, right?
Yes, there's nothing else really left in here, as far as we can tell.
We have a good 9 minutes, I think, left on your detect magic. Back through everything and up. and you scan all the way.
Okay. Alright, well, basically we're going to take this a little slowly because I have to go in each room, walk around it, make sure the detect magic's radius senses things. And by the time we get back up to the top into the monastery, my spell will have run its course, and I didn't detect anything down there.
Right.
Apart from what we found.
I think it's probably worth firing it back up again.
Okay, I will take another 10 minutes.
During that time, I'll have a chat with Dorn.
Okay. So we're back in the monastery at this point.
Yeah, we'll be in the abbess's room.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Dorn a couple questions here.
Alright.
First off, how is he feeling? Is he... You froze.
Yes, they did.
I'll
edit that out. How is he feeling?
Yes.
Alive, which is better than it could be, he says.
That's a good start. Your monastery has been decimated.
It is, yes. He says, I do not think I will linger here. He says, but someone must put these bodies to rest.
Yes. Where will you go after this?
He says, I do not know. He says, I came here to retreat from the world. He says, I will need to take some time to think that over.
I have a suggestion.
What is your suggestion?
There's a place that we came from that had some bad experiences with religion, but I can see you're a good soul, and maybe you can be a more positive influence on them. And it is definitely out of the world.
Make a persuasion check.
That's ruined a perfectly good moment by rolling a dice and getting a crappy number 9.
Where is this place, he asks. He's not entirely sold, but he seems to be at least somewhat interested.
Well, unfortunately, you have to go through that deep, dark forest that we just came out of. But if you follow the river, and not too closely, by the way, because there's some terrible things in there, you'll come to the other side, and when you're there, you'll notice in the distance there's a large plateau.
He says, he seemed interested in this, but he doesn't seem too daunted by the forest. But he says, and how am I exactly to scale such an edifice?
Well, there is a way in and a way up.
Do you know the way in and up?
Yeah, I'll describe it to him. The tower's exit.
Which we never found, as far as I recall.
Yeah, but I'm going to describe it to him like I know where it is.
Yeah.
So you'll have to do a bit of searching for it. Maybe have some rubble over it, but if you dig, right underneath where there's a tall tower on top of the plateau, you should be able to locate it and manage your way up. You have to be careful, of course, though. There were a bunch of traps, though we managed to disable most of them. But there you go. If you want to get away from the world, I can't think of a better spot.
Roll one more persuasion check.
You really want to screw this up, don't you?
You can roll with advantage if you actually...
Oh, never mind. I rolled a natural 20.
that doesn't matter. Yep. The -1 does not matter in a natural 20.
Yep.
He says, well, I'd have to gather some supplies and things in order to make such a trip, but it doesn't sound too bad.
Speaking of which, you said the kitchen was in relatively, well, besides the blood and...
No, the kitchen is ransacked. The pantry is intact and well stocked.
Well, while you're...
By the way, your pheasant is still in the kitchen.
I know. I think we should restock some of our supplies,
Okay.
like some cheeses and salted meats and stuff. And also, I'm gonna cook that chicken on the. There's a stove here, I assume.
Yep. We'll have to rinse out that, or I'll just prestidigitate that.
Yeah, we'll clean everything up.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good place to have a short rest, if nothing else.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cook supper.
Okay. So, if we're dividing the food between us, there is about a month's worth of food here.
It's gonna take him. Actually, that's. I have no problem giving him half the food
So we'll give him 2 weeks worth of food.
because that way he'll definitely have enough to get back.
And then we will take a week's worth each.
So it pretty much puts us back where we started.
So I am now carrying 19 days worth of food. Okay.
Yeah. And list of food here somewhere. There we go.
Alright.
And I am going to cook up the pheasant.
Okay.
Share it around. Well, it's a pheasant. But I'll share it around with everybody.
There's enough food here that we can have a meal, so that's fine. That's with it.
And is there any magic up here in this upper part of the abbot's place? Abbess's place.
1 second. Alright. Yes. Alright. I come back from the abbess's office with a somewhat sodden container, which I flip open. Is like a medicine pouch, and there are 3 healing potions in here.
Alright. I think we should give these to Dorn.
You want to give all 3 to him? Okay.
Because, well, he should get something out of this. And
Are we giving him a share of the gold and possibly the Morningstar back?
ask him, does he... I know this represents part of your past that you were trying to let go of. Is it something you even want back?
1 second. I'm going to actually roll for this because he's probably going to ask for either a share of the money or that back. But
What money?
he says, well, I did leave it behind when I came here, but it does seem to have brought some trouble with it. But I might need it where I'm going, especially if I cannot find this plateau of which you speak.
Well, you might need it to get there.
So he'll be willing to accept the Morningstar back in exchange for letting us keep the gold.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay. So you're going to give the Morningstar to him. Okay.
That's his.
Yep. Alright, and we eat supper and have a short rest.
Yes. I don't know if you really want to camp here. I mean, what time of day is it anyway?
It's probably getting close to sunset at this point.
Well, we do have a dormitory. We can just sleep here.
It does have corpses in it.
We can clean them up. Well, it's better than sleeping in the woods. Wouldn't mind sleeping in a bed for a change. There must be at least 1 or 2 clean beds. I mean, they didn't slaughter all the people up there.
No.
So, and I think Dorn wants to bury a few bodies.
Yes.
So, camp here for the night.
Alright, so as we're getting ready to make our camp after we eat, Dorn is going to go outside to start looking for... And you hear he says, what? Outside from him.
Head outside.
Okay, we head outside. So...
Is this after the short rest?
Yes, this is after we finish our short rest, because it's all part of the meal and everything.
Alright, so get back a couple of spell slots.
Yep, I regained 2 firsts, and I am fully healed.
I had taken a bit of damage as well.
Yeah. Mostly from the poison darts.
Yep, I will have to roll, because it's a little bit over the minimum. I'm fully healed.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
And what's going on outside?
Well, when we reach outside, we see the bloody mess that is there.
Yep.
But there is also something missing, or many things missing. All of the bodies are gone.
all of the bodies are
The
gone.
dozen bodies or so that are out there are gone.
Did we notice the bodies that were in the fountain and the ones up the dormitory? They were all still there?
The ones in the fountain are still there. The ones that we killed inside this monastery are still there.
Yeah.
If you want to run upstairs, you can check in the dormitory.
Well, we did go up there, didn't we?
Yep, we did. There was one body up there.
Okay.
Inside, all the bodies seem to be there, but the dozen that were outside have all been removed.
Dragged away? Eaten?
Do you want to investigate the area?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do so with assistance.
They're going to help, I assume?
Yes, both of us are.
Oh, nat 20 then.
Okay, natural 20. They have been dragged. They haven't not been dragged. You think they might have been picked up, and there was wheels or like of a cart or a wagon or something has gone through here. And your mind casts back to something you saw earlier yesterday. Your owl saw of an individual pulling a cart, and there are
a dozen bodies.
And there is a deep set of heavy footprints leading.
Heading which way?
Well, they basically it came up the path,
Yep.
and then they left by it as well.
Came, collected, left.
Yep.
So it can't be too far down the road. So
Because
have my owl come out and fly in that direction.
okay,
And I'm going to look through her eyes.
all right. This is rolling a survival check using your owl stats.
Oh, it isn't survival.
No,
I rolled a 17.
+1 for your owl's wisdom.
So 18.
All right. So, your owl is able to, well, follow the trail.
Yep.
How far or how long do you want your owl to follow this trail?
Well, I'm sitting down,
Yep.
looking through her eyes.
We're right where we are.
I just the instructions until she's obviously a little more than 120 feet.
Yeah.
Her instructions are to follow the trail until she gets to the guy in the cart, basically.
All right, so follow the trail as far as you can.
Yep. She's traveling far faster than any kind of walking speed. So
Yep. So it does take your owl 5 minutes before she catches up with this cart.
okay.
And it is very much a heavy cart.
Yeah.
It is being pulled by a large humanoid figure.
As in giant.
Not as in giant, but it is. It would probably still be classified as medium, but it's a large. Well, it's larger than the rest. This whatever this creature is, it's probably over 8 feet tall.
Okay. What is it?
What?
I'm looking through her eyes.
Yeah. That has basically long, there's a hood and a thick coat over it.
Okay. Do I recognize the species?
Alright.
This is an intelligence?
Yeah, I suppose so. Straight intelligence.
15.
You do not recognize this creature. Humanoid, large, and very strong because it is pulling this cart on its own and not struggling. And there are indeed a dozen corpses in there. It has basically looped around and is heading in the northeasterly direction that we saw it come from originally.
Well, I will have my owl pop out of existence and I'll relay that information to you because I have no idea what to do about this. It's not like he killed people.
No, it seems to be collecting corpses.
Scavenging. And I know the direction, right? So
You're pretty sure with your intelligence and seeing it before, it's heading in the same direction it came from.
alright. And it's not actually moving quickly, I assume, right?
Well, it is dragging a cart behind it, so it is moving at half speed. But it is basically going to be moving at 30 feet around. Because it's going to be... Basically, in action terms, it's moving, using its action to dash, pulling the cart, so it is moving at half speed.
Alright.
But it is doing so without any difficulty. Despite the weight and some difficult terrain occasionally.
Alright, I have two choices. Ignore that. Get some rest.
Yep. It is late in the day. We will be chasing this thing through the woods, and it has, on foot, at least has an hour or possibly even 2 head start on us.
Oh. Alright.
Your owl was able to fly to catch up to this thing. We would be running through the night, and already having been quite active today, would probably be risking exhaustion.
Yes. That is a problem.
Dorn seems a little indecisive. He wants to bury those bodies, but he's in rough shape today. He's in more rough shape than we are.
I'm relatively fine. I mean...
Yes, but we would be risking exhaustion chasing this thing.
Not so much that. That's... The problem is my motivation to do so. I mean... It's just a big guy collecting bodies. I mean, even if he's going to eat them, it doesn't really make any difference to me, to tell you the truth. I mean... his motivations are...
A complete mystery to us.
Exactly. We don't know. I mean, I couldn't discern what he was. I mean...
Oh, sorry, there was one other thing your owl would have noticed with that roll. I forgot to mention this.
What's that?
A large weapon, basically, also stored in the cart. It looks like it looks like a glaive, but not the one that we lost. Just to clarify that. But it looks like it's a style of glaive.
Alright. I suggest we rest till morning.
Okay. So we are going to make camp here.
Yep.
Dorn is going to spend as much of his time as he can burying the remaining bodies that he can find, and burning the undead ones.
Alright. Set up an alarm on the dorm and rest the night.
Alright, so we do a long rest, so we get to recover everything. I get new portents.
And I suggest, after we part ways with Dorn, because I assume he's going to head towards the plateau.
Alright, so we wake in the morning.
Yeah.
We do not find Dorn anywhere.
Oh, he's gone?
We do find a letter from him, though. Just written and left, basically.
Alright, what does it say?
It says, Jonas, Aquans, I thank you for assisting me and dealing with the problems in this monastery, but it has illustrated the fact that I cannot remain here. It says, I am not one for long goodbyes, so I thought I would get an early start heading out. It says, I thought of what you said about heading towards the plateau, and I will consider it. It says, but first, I cannot just leave matters be. I must find out whatever this creature is that is dragged off the corpses of my fellow brothers and sisters. It says, I will follow it as far as I can, in hopes of finding out. It says, perhaps we will see each other again someday. It says, Dorn. That's signed.
Well, he's basically going to do what I was thinking of doing. Alright, this track, the road, is it follow the river?
We followed this, no, the trail is not following the river.
Well,
So we will have
I
to
don't know about
choose.
you, but my motivation for following that track just disappeared entirely.
Well,
I mean, it'll be an easy trail to follow, but if I remember correctly,
Yes.
when I first spotted this creature, it was a good day's travel from here.
Yes. Basically, we were both a day's travel from this place.
So he got here and
A
left.
bit after we did, basically.
So most likely is wherever it abides, it is more than a day's travel from here.
Seems likely.
I'm going to have my owl fly up and do a little circle just around where we are and see if I can spot that creature now that is daytime. Assuming that it didn't travel all night, I might be able to.
Alright. Due to the distance involved, this will be a straight roll.
Those are two terrible rolls. Do I get to roll again?
You can roll, yes, because you rolled an advantage. I will let you roll a single die.
13.
You don't see it, unfortunately.
Alright, while we're having breakfast,
Yep.
and just sitting down and getting ready to go, I'm going to instruct my owl to fly in the direction I know that this creature came from. And I'm going to sit down and just observe through her eyes as she flies in that direction. Which is what direction, by the way?
It is it is mostly north, slightly east, so it is in the direction we were heading.
Oh, but it doesn't follow the road.
It doesn't follow the river, no.
Alright.
Alright. Roll a perception check. 20.
30, 20.
Alright, your owl flies for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's basically gone for an hour before it spots this creature.
Yep.
Trudging along exactly as it was before with the cart. And it is outside the forest, and it looks like it's going to be trying to find some. It's by the ravine, and it's driving parallel towards it. Looks like it's possibly trying to find a way around it right now. Because the ravine does not span the entire world. There will be an end at some point.
Yes. But it is not familiar with this. From what it's doing, then I assume it's not familiar with the ravine. Because that means to me that it's gathering a bunch of bodies and is not heading somewhere familiar to it. Interesting. Did I spot Dorn during all that?
No.
Can't give my owl instructions.
Nope.
But I did tell her to find the wagon and circle around it. I want to do a perception check of the bodies. And if I roll well enough, I want to know if Dorn's in the pile. Or if not, is there an additional body now?
Alright, roll a perception check.
Another dirty 20.
There are exactly 12 bodies. You do not see Dorn's there.
Alright. I fill you in on this.
Yep.
There's nothing we can do about it.
No, it's well past. It's well a day's travel away from here, I say. It's only going to get further.
That ravine is over a days away. On top of that, it's not going across the ravine. It's trying to find some sort of passage. I don't know.
Well, we didn't see a bridge across the ravine, so...
No. Alright, I'm going to have my owl pop out of existence, and I think that thread as far as we can get.
Yep.
Maybe in time we'll run to whoever this thing is, but for the moment,
And I think we're going to call it there for the evening.
Alright.
Alright, we'll pick up here next time for what is likely to be our final episode of being third level, I think, because...
Yes, we should make it to Vern's Run after the end of next
so
time.
this should be the last of our wilderness episodes before we get back to some form of civilization.
Yes, civilization. Always so peaceful.
Oh, we should probably cover the gold that we got before we sign off, though.
Oh, the whole total of what we got?
Yeah. So there was 220 between both of those sarcophagus.
Yep.
Did you open the chest that we found?
Well, I was trying to keep as much of that secret as possible, just because I didn't want to share it with Dorn. Even if I know that's sad of me, but... no. The Morning Star is obviously gone
Yeah,
now.
he has that. He has the food as well.
And the three
Healing potions.
three healing potions we gave to him.
Yeah.
Alright, the non-magical box. Yes, I'll check for traps and then open it up.
Okay, it is not trapped.
Alright.
Just for the sake of expediency at this point, because we are over 2 hours.
Yep.
It is not trapped. It's basically just a box of gold coins in it.
Oh, how much?
There is 60 gold in there.
60?
Yeah, so it brings up the count up to 280 gold pieces between everything we found.
So it's an additional 140 each.
Yep. And you also wrote down the gems and what type they were?
Yes, there's
6
6
amethysts.
amethysts and 4 emeralds.
Okay. Just write them down like that because they do have different values.
Yes, and we also have the other 10 gems which we have not appraised during the either, so...
Alright. So that's basically everything we found.
The locket.
The locket.
It obviously isn't magical, but I want to just sort of have a look at it. What's it made out of?
It looks like it's made of gold, basically. So,
Alright.
because it's still intact, though rather old and worn.
I'm gonna hang on to that as is because I think maybe at some point it might prove to have some sort of significance. It seemed like an odd thing not to, just to be sitting there. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Actually, one other thing we could do.
Yes?
I have a reasonable skill with alchemy, so what I want to do is I'm going to try and enhance the writing. Usually the writing has a little bit of a groove to it, so I'm going to try and use a bit of ink and some alcohol maybe, and try and have a relief of those letters. I'm going to do that while you are going to ritual cast comprehend languages. And then between the two, hopefully we can possibly put a name or something to this.
Alright. This is a dexterity check to try and do this.
That would be an 11.
I'm afraid that's not high enough to get anything of note.
And your comprehend languages does not...
There's not enough language there to translate, I'm afraid.
Alright. It was worth a try.
It was. We might find another way of doing that at some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. And we will see you here again next time for the final stretch of our journey to Vern's Run.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.